Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Get Well Soon XOXO. I am your host, Maddie Manic, and today we are going to be talking about tips to becoming that girl, or the it girl, whatever that may mean for you. But first, as always, we are going to do some updates because it was a very eventful week slash weekend, and I have a lot to share. So, um, first and foremost, Merry almost Christmas, guys. It will be like 5 days, I think, from Christmas when you were hearing this. So I don't know about you, but I am super pumped. I love Christmas. I've been so excited for Christmas, but I'm kind of like, it feels weird that it's already here. It kind of feels like December just flew by, but definitely feeling a little less Christmassy this year as well too, because it's like still somewhat like warmer some days, but still very excited for Christmas. It's almost here. And for the updates, this past week on Thursday, Mason and I left for Vegas with his fam, and then we met his aunt and uncle and cousins down there, and then my cousin was down there, Mason's best friend, and then some of his friends. And we were all down there for the NFR, which for those of you who don't know, that is the National Finals Rodeo that is held in December. And yeah, we were there for like 3, almost 4 days. And it was a total blast. It was just so much fun. This is our third time going, I think, and it's just so fun every year. It's just like such a different vibe, I feel like, in Vegas that weekend. And it's like I feel like it's easier to be down there for that long for that, but yeah, just really good to see everyone and to hang out. And we were able to actually go to the rodeo every night this year, so that was a lot of fun, and it's just like a really cool atmosphere there. I love the rodeo when it's like during that time, and also my favorite part about it is it's kind of like a big fashion show for like all the girls there. So like you plan your outfits before you go, and get like really fun like sparkly outfits. So I did enjoy being able to get like super dressed up every night that we were going to the rodeo, and then taking all the pictures and everything. And then they have this thing called Cowboy Christmas during the day where you go to like a convention center or something, and there's just a ton of booths and like boutiques that you can shop from. So I usually get a lot of Christmas clothes from there, and sometimes I'll buy like stuff to wear to the rodeo like that night too. So yeah, we all know that I love shopping, so that was a lot of fun. And then we just got to eat at some super yummy restaurants every night. So all around, just a super fun time, and I already can't wait to go back. But yeah, just kind of prepping for Christmas now from this point forward. So I think that and last night, yeah, because I'm recording this on a Tuesday, so yesterday was my dad's birthday, so we went to a Mexican restaurant called xoxo for that, and I love Mexican food, so I was super thrilled about that, and also just love, spend time with my family, celebrating my dad. So yeah, super fun, just total Christmas mode from this point on, but I think that covers kind of all the updates, so I say we get right into the episode. All right, so how to become that girl. To me, when I think of like that girl, it's the kind of girl that everybody just like loves and wants to be, and just always has like all the attention on her every time she steps into a room, and it's just like seems so full of life and energy, and just seems like she's got it all figured out. And like what I picture in particular is that this girl would also be like the epitome of health, so to say, like eats super clean, does all the cute Pilates classes and cute workouts, wears all the cute workout sets, knows all of the health secrets, has the most glowy skin and like silky hair and the cutest outfits. for every occasion and just always looks so clean and put together. So I know that this girl might look a little different for you, but I do feel like a lot of these tips can be twisted to adjust kind of whatever image you might have. So I think most importantly, what I do want to touch on first for that reason is to just like, the first thing with this is just already knowing that you are enough, obviously, just the way that you are, and to love yourself for however God created you, because you are perfect in His eyes, and you absolutely do not need to change anything about yourself for anyone. And you should only ever make changes for you that make you feel good, and not like that you feel like you have to for any reason. So with that being said, our first step into becoming that girl is we are moisturizing the heck out of our skin and our lips. Because I don't know about you, but when I picture that girl, she does not have no scaly skin and crusty lips. So we are finding a good moisturizer, which I have yet to find a favorite body lotion. I have like this like Vaseline aloe vera one that I use from time to time. It's just like a store brand or something, or like a name brand, or no, not a name brand, just like I can't think of like the generic brand or whatever. But and like I've used some Bath and Body Works ones, but I don't like those as much, just because I don't really know what is that exactly is in them. But if you do want an even better, like long-lasting hydration, body oil is where it is at. I think it's called jojoba oil, and I do this like right when I get out of the shower, because I heard that that is the best time to apply oil, and the oil just leaves my skin so hydrated and glowy. It's insane. And I also like to pair it with lotion sometimes, because it just like helps like lock that hydration in even more. Sorry, I'm like getting sick and I feel like I can't breathe today. But it also has like anti-inflammatory properties that help with chafing and chapping, and it can ease the effects of eczema, so it's pretty nice. And for my lips, I have about 8 trillion different lip products, and I am always just like reapplying lip balm. My favorite being the Summer Fridays ones, especially the like warm vanilla sugar, I think is what it is. And yeah, I'm just always making sure my lips are very hydrated and plump, because that is like one of the first things that people see on you. So I want them to be looking real nice and hydrated. On that same note, we want to be taking care of our hair as well and keeping it shiny and healthy, because nothing is prettier than shiny, healthy hair. So we're doing like oil treatments, investing in a shampoo and conditioner that is not going to dry out our hair and ruin it, using heat protectant, and finding good hair oil. I use the Verb Ghost hair oil and I love it so much. I've also used, I think it was the like Moroccan hair products or something. But yeah, I love the Verb Ghost one. It's really good. And I know, I know that, I can't think of the brand right now. I think it's Kenra. I think Kenra has a good one, if that's the name of the brand. But yeah, those are some options I've tried. But yeah, just really taking care of our hair, and to help with showing off our shiny, healthy hair as well, we're also going to be styling it and just keeping it like helping to achieve our clean, put together look, because I've always felt like I can have the cutest makeup in the world, but if my hair is not done, I just feel like it makes me look way less put together. Like, if I've ever like woken up late for whatever it is, work, or if it was like school or something, I always choose to spend more time on my hair and then just kind of do whatever I have with the time I have left for my makeup, because I feel like I can fake it till I make it with my makeup, but my hair gives it all away if I don't have time to do that. So just my personal opinion. But yeah, just styling our hair as well. And there are a ton of heatless styles too, so we don't even have to be putting heat on our hair if we don't want to. I know there's a ton of like those heatless style options on TikTok. But I think another big thing to focus on is getting in movement every day. Probably even best in the morning if you feel like you have the drive to wake up early and do that. I don't always, so I just try to get it in after work. But I do feel like nothing will make you feel better than just getting your heart rate up for even just a little bit every day. It could be a walk outside or some at-home Pilates stretches or a workout video on YouTube, or even a trip to the gym if you're feeling like you got the motivation for making it to the gym that day. Just whatever works for you, do it. And I promise you will totally see a difference in how you feel from day to day, because I definitely feel a difference when I have had a couple days where I haven't been able to get like any sort of movement in. Also, making your bed every morning is such a good habit to get into. I can finally speak on this because I have now gotten into the habit of doing that every single morning. It wasn't until me and Mason were like moved in together that I actually started getting into that, because he was always making his bed, and when he started working earlier than me and I was the last one in bed, then it was my job to do it. So he got me into it, and I do feel like it's such a great habit because you literally just start out your day accomplishing one thing and it just makes you feel so much more productive. So really good. And plus you come home to a made bed, so it just makes your room look so much cleaner. So it's a win all around. And also feel like for this, becoming that girl, water is going to be your absolute best friend, because along with having hydrated skin and lips, we are going to be hydrating our body like we never have before. Maybe even get a little crazy and get some trace mineral drops or Celtic salt to add to your water to ensure that you're actually getting hydrated and not just letting it flush you out of all of the minerals that you already have in your body. That's a story for another time. I can totally go on about that and, the importance of actually making sure you're absorbing your water. But that would have to be in a different episode. So just saying, if you are going to be drinking like tons and tons and tons of water, that is something to look into. But yeah, just make sure you're staying hydrated, because it helps with having that glowy skin, and lots of other benefits come with drinking lots of water. We are also going to be walking with confidence and doing everything that we do with confidence, because sometimes you have to fake it until you make it. I once heard someone say that they do life by the saying, act confidently and no one will question you. And I try to do that a lot, and I feel like it is so true, because I feel like I had seen some questionable things here and there personally, but the person acted with such confidence like in doing those things that I felt like, well, they definitely must know what they're doing because they're so confident, and like caught me off guard because I didn't really think it was something they should be doing, or like something like that you would normally do. But I mean, they tricked me, so if they weren't supposed to be doing it, I was fooled. So definitely be confident, because absolutely nothing is sexier than confidence and someone who knows what they are worth. So yeah, confidence is key, girls and guys and everyone. So in line with that, to be that girl, you have to envision or almost like manifest it by believing that you already are that girl, and doing and saying the things that this envisioned girl would do, and develop some of the habits that this girl would have, and stick with them. Sometimes you have to trick your brain in order to get the things that you want. by, pretending you already have them. Be Delulu, because your thoughts are so much stronger than you think. So mindset is everything. I personally think meal prep and consuming, more fresh foods is a key aspect to becoming that girl, because for one, it makes you feel more productive and like you have your life together when you meal prep. At least me personally, I feel like I have, a lot of my stuff is just, getting done when I'm meal prepping, and I feel way more productive. But it will also make you feel better internally if you were constantly consuming more fresh foods, and having all of that already prepped will encourage you to eat that food before you just decide to go with the easy, less healthy option. Because believe me, you can buy all the fresh stuff, but if I personally do not, well, me or Mason do not like wash it and prep it right at the beginning of the week, my foot, sorry, it's just going to go to waste. Because when I'm hungry, I just want something quick and easy to snack on. I don't want to take the time to wash all the fruits and vegetables and chop them up. So doing that first will help you to not waste it and to actually consume it. So meal prep is a good option for sticking to your goals. Another big thing is having self-awareness and accountability, because you have to realize that you have control over your choices and your problems. And in order to change the outcome of said problems, you do have to ask yourself, what role do I play in this problem? And what can I personally do to fix this problem? Because when you start placing the blame on other people and just being like, well, there's nothing I can do about it, it's not my fault, you're putting yourself into victim mode. And then by saying there's nothing you can do to change the situation, you're immediately becoming powerless, because you're saying there's nothing you can do. So you need to gain the power back by recognizing your role and taking action to fix your part in the problem, and things will just be so much better in that sense. So definitely don't become powerless. Recognize your role in things and do what you can to fix that for yourself. And I've said it once and I'll say it again: self-love. Girls that are that girl love themselves. The way that you perceive yourself is how the rest of the world is going to perceive you. So show the world how awesome you are and show them how much you love yourself. My family always jokes about how nobody loves me more than I do, and like how I am just the main character of my own life. And maybe that's the Capricorn in me, but I do feel like I do a really good job at loving myself, and I have always tried to do that, because you have to make sure your own cup is full before you can fill others. And there's nobody that you're going to spend more time with in your life than yourself. So why not love yourself, I also cannot stress enough how important it is to just be positive. There is so much bad in the world, and it is probably, way easier to just focus on that. But there is also a lot of good in the world, and it's going to make you feel so much better to just try and focus more on that. And they say what you choose to focus on is what you will see more of. So in turn, you will start to see how much good really still is left in the world. And plus, people will just enjoy being around you and want to be around you more, because most people like to surround themselves with positivity, and nobody really wants to be around someone who is always being negative and just bringing the vibe down. So choose to be positive. With that, I do think that I have just about touched on everything that I can think of with like that girl qualities. So I think I will wrap this episode up here. Thanks so much again for listening, and I really hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I do hope that all of these tips can help. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave this episode or the podcast a review if you haven't yet, because I will love you forever. come back next week for another fun, like goal setting type episode before the new year. I saw this trend on TikTok about doing a 75 hotter as opposed to like the 75 hard challenge. So I will be talking about what that means next week and like what I'm personally going to be doing for that, and you know what you could do if you want to try that. But as always, you can find me on Instagram as maddie.manic for my personal account, and getwellsoon ___ xoxo for my podcast account, and then maddie.manic for my TikTok. And then I still have not checked it. I already forgot to check it, but I think the TikTok is like the same as my Instagram name. It might be like getwellsoon.xoxo, but it's somewhere along those lines. But I follow myself on my other TikTok account, so that's another way to find it. But anyways, my YouTube is linked in my Insta bio, both Insta bios, and I will also have all this in the show notes. Thanks again for tuning in, and don't forget to live your life beautifully. Talk to you next Wednesday.